vaccine. Let's call it vaccine. No, I don't want to call it vaccine. It's a spiking program. It's delivering the mRNA of a spike protein, and the spike protein.
I call it a experimental gene therapy.
Yeah, that's what it is fundamentally. Yes. But practically speaking, it delivers the spike protein to all our cells. I mean, the mRNA, but eventually the spike protein, and particularly a modified spike version, a version of the spike protein after the cleavage that takes place after they did this bioweaponizing introduction of the furin cleavage site. You have this S1 subunit, and the S1 subunit is able to transverse into the blood, into the brain over the blood-brain barrier. And here it's clearly shown, and we see that there's sufficient evidence. It shows that once it enters the brain, it activates the immune system in the brain. And if it activates the immune system of the brain, it shuts down the function of the mental immune system. It shuts down the production of nerve cells that should be produced in order for us to have mental energy to think, to have a high level of resilience, to be curious, and even to be able to have doubt about things that are happening. So that is shut down by this spike protein. It was known already in 2007, 2008 from analysis of the SARS-CoV-1 virus that this is possible, and the modifications they made by introducing the spike, the furin cleavage site into the spike protein, allowed essentially now to have a more efficient bioweapon, which is essentially targeting the brain.
This was done both under Fauci at some U.S. labs and working on and doing gain of function, which they shouldn't have been done. There was Lily Bandit.
It was actually given for the mRNA last year, the mRNA program, and the guys who were interviewed, the Nobel Prize winner, said, yeah, we had the idea 15 years ago. And I look back 15 years ago, it was clear that the spike protein at that time was published to increase the inflammation in the brain. And it was already clear at that time that the inflammation of the brain shuts down the immune system of the brain. I mean, the mental immune system, our ability to think. And so I think the great idea was born at that time.
A great idea, an evil idea.
Yeah, the great evil idea.
If you also see simultaneously what could be the projections of what they're talking about, the singularity, convergence on biogenetic technology and artificial intelligence, it wouldn't be a better time to basically dumb down the cattle herd, right, so they can be easily replaced. If you want to get to under 1 billion people, if you think your carrying capacity of Earth, which they do, they've walked me through the mathematics, some of the top guys, they think the carrying capacity of the Earth is under 1 billion human beings.
What is going to be installed in the human society is a new operation system. I call it a new social operating system, and you can abbreviate it with SOS. Save our souls. And that's the point. They want to introduce a new operating system. That's what all the agenda is in Davos, to a new operating system in society. And we all know if you want to install a new operating system in a computer, for example, you have to erase the previous
system.
And that's exactly what the spike protein helps to do.